welcome back to another Random Sam Epic Mom, and it is time for another book review, which, you guys haven't figured out, I'm a big book reader and I love books. Now, I've mentioned this author before, that this is Shelley Laurensteen, and the book is The Unleashing. Is it? Very nice. Cute guy on the cover. Alright. This is set in modern day. So it's very contemporary and everything, but this is set in LA. And again, this is before all the riots and the lockdowns and all that. This is, probably written, this was written back in 2015, so before all the craziness happened. Now, in this book, it's all about this group of women who are called the Crows. And their origin story dates back to the Viking time. And in this story, in this world, the Viking gods are still powerful. They have warriors. They have the Valkyries who get choose from the dead to fight for in Ragnarok. All of the Viking warriors who are part of these different clans who represent the gods that they are chosen to, end up going to Valhalla when they die. But here's the trick. You've got a whole bunch of different groups. Thor's Hammer, which is pretty much a bunch of buff guys and girls. Really very strong, not very smart. Seems to be the theme. You've got those who worship the god or work for the god Tyr, who are all very smart and bookish. You've got the Ravens, who are Odin's warriors, and they have wings, and they're mighty warriors. Now, the Crows are different. The Crows work for Skuld. And the thing is that Skuld has always taken, the former slaves, the former prisoners, whoever had the fighting spirit but weren't necessarily Vikings. They were not Norse. They were, they were just whoever was tough. So in this story, now that you got a little background, I don't want to say former Marine because I've never met a former Marine. Marines are always a Marine even after they've gotten out. So this Marine had gotten out of service. And she's living in LA trying to, make a living, not really sure what she wants to do. And she gets... she's working at a little coffee shop. And she ends up getting stabbed to death. And as she's dying, one of her favorite customers, somebody who's, she just feels a connection to, asks the god Skuld to take her as a warrior. Because Skuld takes warriors who have been killed. So instead of taking them to Valhalla like the Valkyries do, what Skuld does is she gives them rebirth. She gives them a second life. And all these people who were... Anybody who's a crow is a chick who has been killed. It's not... They never die of natural causes. These are people who have been murdered. And Skuld gives them a chance at a second life. And they all, help each other to make a better second life. So Kira, who is just being stabbed to death, not only is she getting a second life, but Skuld also gives them a power. So Kira's power is strength. And it's something like when you die, if you're like wishing you were stronger or you wish that you could have done, something different, you get that type of power. With Kira, though, Kira told, while she was dying, she told Skuld, like, listen, I'm only coming if I can take my dog with me. So Skuld gives not only Kira a new life, but she gives the dog Brody Hawaii. That's what she named her dog. Who was a pit bull who she rescued from a pit fighting ring. So she gives the dog even powers also. So this dog's going to end up being able to fly, and dog's going to get revenge on, the pit bull, the dog fighting people. And that's going to be interesting. But Kira is actually the guy who son of Pleiadius ends up being a raven warrior. And he's called Vig, but it's Ludwig Rundstrom. And, everybody, he's a blacksmith. He makes weapons for all the different clans and such. And, everybody's kind of, okay, do not mess with him. He's got that 1,000-yard stare. He has that, vibe of being a dangerous veteran, that you always meet. It's like, don't piss that person off. And she's just bonded with him, and he's, he's been attracted to her. He's just trying. And, through all this, a bunch of other craziness is going on with the gods. And in these books, the gods actually visit their warriors, talk to them, hang out. Lord help them. But, Kira is not fitting in with the rest of the crows because Kira is very gung-ho. She's very military. We need an agenda. We need to get this done. And she's pissing everybody off. But eventually, because of who's attacking, who's getting involved, she's going to end up making a huge difference. And it's just so hilarious. This hardcore Marine fitting in with all these Hollywood stuck-up chicks. I'm a writer, I'm an actress, all these chicks who are, some of them famous, some of them not. All of them are pretty much, I worked my butt off in my first life, I died, I'm going to enjoy the second one. So they're all about doing that, and through this, Kira's going to find not only her purpose as a crow warrior, but what her purpose for her second life is going to be. And it's just so funny how she interacts with people, whether they're from different clans. And again, it's just, a lot of times we grow up with prejudice. We've always been taught, certain things. And it's kind of the same with these clans. Like, everybody thinks that those who are part of Thor's hammer are dumb as a rock. Those who are considered raven are just in it for the fight. All these stereotypes, and they all joke about it. And, she's figuring out where she fits in with all this. And it's just so hilarious because she's going to develop her relationship with Vig. She's going to learn to embrace being a crow because in her mind, you don't kill. You don't kill. You don't do nothing. You got law and order and a discussion. But she's going to figure out that being a crow, you don't get the crows called on you until it's to the point where they need to wipe you out. And it's just so hilarious, some of the characters in it. This one is part of a trilogy. It is great. There is another book that goes kind of before it. But the women in these stories are just so hilarious. And it's just so neat to see going from one type of situation to a completely different type of situation. And a lot of times, as we get older, we think back about in our lives about what something we would have done differently. What's a different path we would have taken if we had different options. And it could be something as simple as, not having the money to go to college, not having the money to start a business. It might have been not being given the opportunity to try to do something differently. And this group of women, crows, the whole organization, they help you get that second life. They help you, try something new. And it is just a wonderful story. It's a lovely, I love the series. I think that Shelley Lauriston, who also writes as G.A. Atkins, anyways, she tells a great story. I love the fact that, especially in her Crow series, these women are just so different, and it's so amazing how different personalities work with each other, and what's their breaking point, and how are they going to make this work, because it comes down to, okay, you're my teammate, but I don't like you, and I don't want to hang out with you, I don't want to go get a beer with you, or, hey, our team over here doesn't get along with that team over there. And it's just so funny, because again, in the real world, you're always going to come up against those people whose their personality clashes with your own. And I love these stories because it's just so great to listen. Okay, not listen. If you do the audiobook, listen, great. But if you're reading it, it's so great to read and imagine these different types of people who, in any other normal situation, would not have a thing to do with each other, but end up not only having to work together, live in the same house together, be there for each other, and, not only just kind of grow as a person, but accept your new limitations, what you don't have to be limited with anymore, and just going with your new reality. Because to go from being a Marine and, you know, not sure what you want to do, to, wow, the gods are real. Holy crap, I gotta go talk to one of them. And oh my goodness, I have to be a warrior now for a god. And it's just so funny because, you know, throughout the series, you're going to find out that, you know, there's a holy order of nuns that you don't want to mess with. There's, you know, every type of religion out there. The gods are real. They have their own warriors. Just amazing. And it's just, the imagination that this author has is just great. So, if you guys get a chance, please give Shelley Lawrenson a chance. But also, The Unleashing. Try out any of the Crow series. It is just great. It is a wonderful story. And again, I hope you guys, if you have an awesome author or an amazing book that you've read that you want me to try, share, whatever, please let me know in the comments, because I'm always open to trying a new author or just a great story in general. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Get out there. Make every day count by having some fun. But remember, a book is always a great accessory. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that. Please check out our other videos already on YouTube. And give us a like and subscribe. And if you hit that bell for notifications, you'll know when we put something new out. So try to make every day matter by finding the fun. You guys have a great one. Bye.